Blessings and welcome to this project that I've called the Celtic Goddess Temple. I just wanted to explain exactly why it's called the Celtic Goddess and kind of where this project came from. So this project came through me almost in a complete flash. It felt like divinely guided. It felt like something was birthing through me that I wasn't totally prepared to bring forth yet, but this just seemed to be the essence or the quality that wanted to be put out into the world. And so it just came into me that this was actually Celtic goddess because this is ultimately in service to the Celtic goddess principle. And so I just wanted to make it very clear that a human woman cannot and is not a goddess. A goddess is a very deep, complex spiritual principle that human women can strive to live in devotion to and strive to understand, but ultimately it is so much bigger than we can possibly comprehend with our human minds. And so to me, the Celtic goddess principle in general has everything to do with what I see as the Trinity. So the Trinity is kind of like living in a connection to her, the divine mother, the cosmic womb. You live in constant connection to her, but you also know yourself as both male and female within yourself, and as a whole reunified soul that was birthed from her. And so that's what I mean by the Celtic Goddess Temple. It's a spirit of devotion to, first of all, the universal mother, the cosmic mother principle, and then second of all, her wisdom stream as it has kind of come down through what you could call Celtic culture. And so when I say Celtic, I don't necessarily mean it on like a historical perspective. I mean it more from the perspective of the wisdom held within the lands that could be called the Celtic Isles. So like Ireland, Scotland, England, even Scandinavia, I think sometimes Norse and Celtic are quite related. So the Celtic Goddess Temple would be a temple to the wisdom streams that have come down from the cosmos and kind of landed onto these Celtic Isles and that have been incorporated into the cultures that have been very varied and diverse throughout time. I mean, if you even just look at Irish culture, which is just what I happen to be tuning into because it's my genetics, we see that there's tales of the Fir Bolg and the Fomorians and the Milesians and all these waves of beings came in. The Tua, they say they were like godlike aliens from the stars. The Book of Invasion speaks of them in like very cosmic terms, really. So there's been a lot of waves of beings that have come down into the land that is now known as Ireland. And so when you're talking about a Celtic goddess, it's just like the universal mother principle that you witness through walking the lands of the Celtic Isles. And so I just wanted to kind of make that clear. I'm living in a spirit of devotion to this universal kind of cosmic mother principle. And I do see her as being kind of called Sophia, which is kind of the goddess of wisdom, but I don't see that name as being specific to any one culture. And so I see Sophia's wisdom kind of filters down through each of these Celtic goddesses. And there are a few that I am just very connected to, like Boan, who's a Milky Way cosmic goddess. Her river mirrors the Milky Way above. Cailleach, she's a cosmic womb goddess. I'm very connected to kind of more the cosmic templating that has been seeded down into the lands of Ireland. And so when I'm talking about living in devotion to the Universal Mother, I'm not talking about necessarily revering the feminine principle over the masculine principle at all, because she contains both the male and the female within her. What I'm talking about is beginning to see planet Earth, our Mother Earth, as a feminine planet that is a sentient, conscious, planetary being, and kind of coming into this planetary self-awareness and starting to see her rivers as her lifeblood and her different land masses as her different organs almost. So like seeing her as a she, and as human women here on her surface, like we are her children. We might have been birthed from the stars, but we are her children here now, and it's kind of our role, as I see it, to steward her and guard her and revere her. Like, just revere her principle of creation and like protect life. Like, that's kind of the, I feel, highest duty of the incarnated feminine. And so a lot of my writing and a lot of my offerings are ultimately about kind of grid work. And so, like, you know, going into caves, to springs, to rivers, to her different kind of geographical features, and just like with our song, with our intent, with our love, it's all just about love ultimately. But revering this planet as a feminine being, and feeling that she was also birthed from the cosmic mother, just like we were. And so that's what I mean by kind of revering the universal mother principle. I think also it's very important to honor the male principle and the seed, and, you know, honor how that gives us fertility and gives us life, the same way that we honor the sun. So yeah, ultimately it's about kind of like a reunification, but a reverence for this planet, because I think my ultimate purpose here is to bring about like a sense of stewardship and be guardians of her, be guardians of the womb, the earthen womb and the cosmic womb, and just guardians of life, really, because we kind of live on this miraculous planet, and there's just so many distortions to her natural flow. And so this website is ultimately to bring in the right souls who would like to work with me, who we can collaborate, and I can kind of have a gift of farsightedness, or the second sight, as they say in like Celtic culture, to just tap into your maybe personal gifts with, you know, how you can be of service to her. So blessings and welcome, and whoever is drawn to me, I'm very much looking forward to working with you.